There we go. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another live podcast episode, Bridging the Gap Between Black Men and Black Women. I have two, again, distinguished guests, Ramon Thomas and Alonda.
Kiriaku.
Yeah, I get it in a minute. Thank you again for attending. I think Magic will be on in a minute. She hasn't responded, so she may be doing something. So our title tonight is um, dating multiple people and what does it mean? So who would like to start off with that?
That would be you. You know,
Me,
you in the dating field.
That would be me, huh? Okay. Uh,
Hmm.
well, my experience in the dating and I don't know if that would be construed as multiple dating, but I have dated multiple people, but not at one time. One time. So it's been here go Magic right here. Um let me put it on the screen. Let's see. Yeah, so anyhow, the dating it hasn't been very pleasant for me, but I've dealt with it to some extent or another. But hello, Magic.
Hey,
Hello.
Magic.
hello,
Hi, Miss
Magic.
Yolanda. Hi, Mr.
Hey.
Ramon.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
So we're talking about dating multiple people and what does it mean. So everyone wanted to start off with me, but would you like to start?
Go ahead.
Magic.
Yeah.
Y'all want me to talk about it first?
Sure.
If you
Um.
want.
Oh wow. uh,
So, how many and how does it work? How is it working?
okay. First, let's define dating. First, define dating. Defining dating for me is
Is she at work?
getting
Is she at work?
They
what.
trying to
Trying
figure
to get
out
my
if I'm
mic
at
back on.
work.
Something happened with my mic.
So dating
Some all
is
people at
for
work.
me getting to know
They at work
somebody,
today or is it yesterday?
No, this is today.
hanging
What?
out.
What
Uh,
have they at?
it's nothing
Well, yeah,
serious
he
until
probably
you
are.
both have discussed that you're seeing one another exclusively. So dating to
Or
me,
let's see.
dating multiple
I can't
men
get back on.
for me is okay. It's not until
No, she don't.
someone says they are dating me with intent or would like to date me exclusively is when I will shut off all the other noise and give that person the opportunity to date me. And I'm old school. I like old school dating. That means call me, text me. Well, now text me um, throughout the day. Not consistent. You don't have to do it, all day long. But morning text and afternoon text or evening, something like that. Let me know, you thinking about me. Once a man does that and I see the consistency, then I start to reciprocate. I don't just do it right off the top because just because you say hello to me or just because you send me a text or we go out on a date doesn't necessarily mean you are dating with intent. It just means we both had time to spend with each other, or we both had time to talk on the phone, or we both had time to text back and forth. But it isn't until a man indicates to me that his intention is to be with me exclusively, and that's his desire for me to be with him exclusively. So until then, it's a free for all for me. I'm gonna date him and 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 all the hymns. you
Believe
know,
it.
nobody is excluded until they say, you know what, Magic, I really like you. I really would like to get to know you a little bit more. This is my intent. My intent is to pursue you. My intent is to only talk to you or give you my attention 100%. Until I hear that, I mean, it's a free for all.
Exclusivity.
So exclusivity. Now, when you say that, okay, now I have to incorporate you into my day to day, which means I'm gonna reach out to you, see how you doing, see how you feeling, see if you ate, see if your emotions are in check, and give you a chance to vent or be mushy or be lovey dovey or whatever that is, whatever that looks like for the both of us. But I believe in dating multiple people at one time, because you can put all your time into one person who hasn't told you that they want to see you exclusively, and then they end up ghosting you, or you guys really don't get along, and
Wow.
then you've cut everybody else off and wasted your time with this one person. You know that old adage, don't put all your eggs in one basket. But that's kind of how I feel about just dating. Dating to me is such a big, broad word. So multiples, it's okay with me.
So,
Absolutely.
so let me ask this question. You say, uh, uh, now, does that include quality and special time, or is that just y'all going
Oh
to the
no, I'm
movies
not
and eating
fucking on
dinner?
everybody. Oh no, we're not doing that.
Okay, I just
Oh yeah,
want
we're not
I
doing
want to
that.
clarify that because
Oh
I don't
no.
I don't know this generation.
Mm-mm.
Um,
I'm
uh,
not in that generation. I'm in the
okay,
upper generation.
yeah, okay. I
So
just gotta ask, you know.
when it comes to touching and feeling it, yeah, I'm not that girl. I'm not her, and I will generally say that up front. We can
Yeah,
talk and we can go out to eat, and I'll even pick up dinner tabs and stuff like that, just so a man doesn't put me in a position where I feel obligated. So
oh, there you go.
even when I take trips, some men get pissed off at me because I'm in a suite over here and your room may be over there or downstairs or upstairs, but we're not staying in the same room. Now, if you say, can we at least have adjoining rooms? Okay, I can do that. But I'm never
Right,
going to put myself in a position to where I feel
and
obligated that I'm going to have to kiss this man, sleep with this man, allow him to touch
Okay.
and feel. I'm not that girl. I'm not her. I'm not that girl. I'm not. And then,
Okay.
and a lot of times you're not always sexually attracted to somebody. I have to be visually attracted to you. I have to feel a vibe, and I have to be drawn to you sexually for me to even go there in my mind. If those things are not there, it's not happening for me. And I'll say that. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm not sexually attracted to you. I don't want to kiss you. I don't want you touching me. None of that. I will say that up front. And then
Mm.
wherever it goes from that point, then it goes. I've had men say, well, then fuck you. And okay, that's fine. And then some men like, okay, you know what? I can respect that. Then we end up being really good friends or acquaintances or whatever. But I'm so forward and outspoken, I don't even leave room for error at all. None.
Okay. Do you date multiple men within the same day?
No, absolutely not. And let me add to the sexual part. Say I am sexually attracted to you, we're sexually attracted to one another, and say we've had sex and we've been talking for a few months or whatever, and then it just doesn't work out. I literally cannot see or touch another man for at least a month or 2 months, because that's nasty to me. I can't, because I'm still in my mind thinking about the person that I was with, and I very well the next week or I just can't do it. I just can't. There's just like I feel like my body has to re-cleanse itself or something for a minute before I can be sexually active or intimate with another man. So I need some time in between. If I started seeing someone exclusively because they said they would like to try that and we're intimate, and then it doesn't work out somewhere down the line, I have to give myself a break. Like my body has to recoup. I've got to feel single all over again. And then I can go back to dating and seeing, if there's a potential something somewhere else. But lately the well been dry.
So would it be safe to say that or assume that this is the consensus with a lot of women today? And I'm not just talking particularly black women. I'm talking about women in general.
Oh no,
when
the consensus now. You hear a lot of women. They get from Steve Harvey and everybody else who thinks they can dictate what a woman should do with her vagina. So I think a lot of women, because they've gone through so much, or they are traumatized in dating, that they think they're doing their body a justice. They think they're doing a mind some type of justice by saying, we can date, but you can't touch me. You can't kiss me. We're not going to have sex. We're not going to do anything for whatever length of time, 90 days, 60 days, whatever that is.
but what about the
And I
women?
think a lot of women prefer to do that. I'm not one of those.
But what about the women that don't put a time frame on it? They don't do the Steve Harvey 90-day. They're just dating men just to get free meals or free gifts. But
Oh,
what
I
about
see. I
those?
don't know. I don't know any women like that. I don't have women in my circle that are that way. I'm not that way. I'm not. I don't date to get. I don't date to receive, because if that's the case, I can date myself. I can run to the store and buy my own stuff. That's not why I date. I don't date for because even when I'm dating, if we're going out to eat, and I really don't do the out to eat restaurant thing, but if we do, I don't mind picking up a tab. I don't mind that. If we're going on a trip, I don't mind. If you want to go Dutch, fine, we can go Dutch. If you get dinner one night, I'll get dinner the next night, or you get breakfast, I get lunch, or whatever. I don't mind doing that. So I've never been the girl who is dating somebody who looks like they got a bunch of money because I think I'm gonna get in his pockets. I'm not that girl.
Well, you're an exception to the rule, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why. Because a lot of these sites, the experience that I've had on these dating sites, particularly Messenger or Facebook dating or BLK or any of these sites that a lot of black women frequent. I don't date outside my race. Never have, probably never will. But these women don't even know you, Magic. They don't even get a chance to know a man, and then they get to telling you about these so-called personal problems they have, expecting the man to have empathy, and then like give you a prime example. I just had one. I think um, was it today or yesterday? I think it was yesterday. But anyhow, I've been sending out all these invites to all these women and men to try to get them on the podcast. Well, a lot of these women think that every time they see a little white hair, that means that you're a trick or a mark or whatever. They looking at you as being someone that they can really wrong.
You say
Wow.
the gray hair make them seem like you ready to spin, huh?
Yeah,
Wow.
so
I better start dying mine. Oh, I'm
Ah.
out the game. I'm out the
yeah,
game. I'm out
your wife gonna kill you. But uh,
the
the lady was telling me now, when you look at her profile, she looks she's claims she's a realtor in the investment, the whole 9 yards. And she's got all these pictures in front of these nice houses, nice cars, and all this. And she turns around and makes the statement now. I'm from the streets, so game recognized game. So she tells me, she said, um, I asked her how she was doing. She said, I'm having issues. I said, what kind of issues? Would you like to talk about it? She said, no, because you ain't gonna understand. So I said, well, okay, give me a shot. Let me see what's going on. So she tells me that she invested some money, $20,000, $20,000, and they beat her, and she can't get her money back. Right? So I said, okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you need to contact law enforcement to do whatever you need to do. She goes on to tell me, well, maybe you can help me recoup my money. And I'm saying the first thought go to my mind, Nandy went from gift cards to phone cards to help her recoup $20,000. Now, this is not just this female. I'm talking about females in general. So when I told her, I said, well, your losses is not my responsibility. I'm talking about, I don't send women money. That's not something I do. So she texted me back and started using a lot of profanity, F you, you're stingy. I don't want to talk to you. I said, well, I never got online to talk to you anyhow. I was sending out an invite for the podcast. But anyhow, long story short, this is what I seem to be experiencing a lot, even trying to reach out to these females platonically. You know, they wait for that one opportunity, which you're an exception, and then they start asking for things. You know, if you say, well, hey, I can't text right now, send me your number, or here's my number, call me, the first thing they say, well, I don't have no minutes on my phone.
Minutes. They got minutes on phone still.
Yeah, that's what I said.
absurd. That is
but they're holding up iPhones in their pictures. And I said, well, I don't think they even hand out Obama phones anymore. So this dating thing has went to a whole nother level. I don't think women are dating with the purpose like you.
I don't think that I don't think that them are women. We have to categorize both men and women, but there are men and then there are boys and then there are women or ladies and then there are
Female.
females and a whole bunch of other words that they can be. Okay, so a lady that was raised to be a lady and was raised to be able to take care of herself and be independent will never expose herself to look like a gold digger or a person who's desperate. Now, in life, there's times where people do fall on hard times, and if they're led to acts, then that's a little bit different. And then you have to, I guess, evaluate it by case. But what I have realized with having young children and watching the dating scene is that women feel like because they're beautiful, they need to be paid or pampered because of their beauty. And that's not all women, but that's what I've been noticing. And your beauty is not a commodity that is for sale, so I think that I think it's a stigma of the generation that women have been able to get away with it for quite some time. And I think it's the environment that men have done too, because there's a lot of men who trick now, so when there's a culture of tricking and people just one night stands and flybys or whatever, then that's the culture we created. I'm an 80s baby to the heart, and so all the men that I watch would, from 80 on back. And I never, when I was coming up, I never seen men sagging, I never seen men call women bitches and hoes unless you was a pimp. So, but that's commonplace now. Men don't carry themselves like anything, and women don't carry themselves like anything, and everybody doing what they want to do. But that's the times that we are in. There's a great falling away. And so when people don't have integrity for themselves, then everything is for sale and everything is for grabs. And so I think that's where we have to start at, what is causing the culture of men and women acting like, I've had a man tell me, he said, I ain't messing with no woman that ain't giving me nothing, and I'm like, I don't come from that school, like if I'm staying with a woman, she gonna have to pay me, so
Wow.
that's to me that's feminine energy, you know what I mean? He told me straight like that. He said, I ain't staying with no woman and she ain't paying or giving me something, that she got to pay for this, you know what I mean? So we are doing bad as a culture of people because a lot of our men have not been raised by men. A lot of men, I'm gonna go as far as saying, and I may get in trouble for this, but I'm gonna say there's only 5% of men out there that really are mature enough to call themselves men, to the point to what it means to actually carry that title. A mature man knows exactly what he wants. He's clear about it. He's going to express that to a woman, and he's going to, have certain stipulations and certain things that you have to bring to the table, or So, from what I hear, the dating scene is very bad right now.
Yeah, same thing. I hear the same thing. It don't seem like nobody's dating with intention to do anything except be in the bedroom.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't even think sex is a big part of dating anymore. I think maybe
That's so crazy because Felix said the same thing earlier.
yeah, he
I
sure
Old
did.
man Felix. He said the same thing.
I think with the younger generation, maybe in their teens, their late teens, their early 20s, and maybe early 30s, that may be their mindset. But the majority of women that's past 35 and up, they're not trying to do the sex thing. They may do it with selective individuals, as Magic said, but I
Mm.
think the majority of them is out for what they can get. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I'm gonna give you an example. I had well, actually, she's a friend of a family member of mine. We was sitting up talking one day, and she said, "You know what? I don't buy food no more. I don't buy clothes. I don't pay my bills. So when I go to work, my whole check is just put aside." And I said, "How is that?" And she said, "Well, I got a man for Monday. I got a man for Tuesday. I got a man for Wednesday." And she just named it off. Bill pays this. Tom buys that. And I said, "Damn, is your shit that good?" She said, "Oh, ain't no sex jumping on." I said, "Ain't no
Well,
sex jumping on." So how you got it
well,
like that? And she said, "That's just the mindset. Everybody's out here doing it because when you go online, most of the profiles that you see are fake. They're not even the women that you think they are. Okay, and even if they are, they have this mindset: if you're gonna date me, this is what I need. Remember the video that we were just talking about, the girl that didn't want to go to, what was that? It wasn't IHOP, it was Cheesecake Factory.
yeah, that was a skit. We found out those were skits.
So but I'm talking about, even if it was a skit, it's females that have the same mindset. When you look at this thing that they have called gold diggers, guy standing out here, he's trying to pick up females. Now the guy got money and he's got a nice car, so he's asking the female for a name and number, and she, "Oh no, I got a man." But soon as she see him sit in this particular car, she's
Right.
drawn. Her focus is now on that car. No longer is her man even a factor anymore.
Yeah, I
Okay.
saw those.
Now she
Yeah.
wants to sit in this car. And then when she sits in there, I was just watching one before we got on. And the guy said, "Well, can we get to know each other?" He run his little Mac down for whatever it was. And she was like, "Well, if you want to get to know me, you got to take care of me and blah, blah, blah." So he's like, "What do you mean take care of you? I'll take you out to eat, blah, blah, blah." And the woman made it perfectly clear. Ain't no sex jumping off. Okay. None of that. I need you to pay my rent. I need you to buy me a car. I need you to do this. And she just ran down a list. And dude said, "Are you serious? I don't get no pussy and you want me to do all this?" And she said, "Well, if you want to date, you do." So I think that's just the mindset of young women today.
Well,
but
I don't know
it's
if it's a
a
mindset of
mindset of
young women
young
because
women.
I did that in my 20s and I had like a guy that would repair the car, somebody to pay a bill, somebody to pay rent, somebody that, do hair. I had them lined up like that also in Ohio. So I don't know. I think it's a game. It's just to see how far you can go with the situation. And I did
Yeah.
it for probably about 2 years. But,
I mean, but
See,
do
I
you
don't know.
blame the woman for that? You gotta come on. There's
Right.
accountability on both parts. If you gonna be a sucker,
And I always say, you can tell the ones because they fact check. So they'll come in and be like, yeah, I could take care of you, and then they show them your wallet, and then they be like, yeah, I got a job here and I do this here. And
right,
then
right.
of course you're gonna be like, okay. And if you shoot the dude down and then he still come back, then yeah, you got a job for him.
Wait a
There
minute.
you
Wait a
go.
minute.
There you go.
You get,
There you go. That's right, Mr. Lunch.
you say you got a job.
I heard that.
I mean,
Good
he
job.
ain't gonna go nowhere. He's not gonna remove yourself out of his presence. So
Yeah.
therefore, you're a likable person enough where we can go out to eat and you can pay a couple bills, and that's what he is to you at
So
that point.
so I got to play devil's advocate. I have to. So where does it cross the line from becoming selling yourself and being a lady and being classy? Because
Well, I
as
think
a man, well, hold on.
in your 20s and
Wait,
20s and
good.
stuff, that's all about play.
It even when I was in my 20s, I never wanted anything from somebody that I wasn't serious with. I don't, because I never want to be one to lead you on. And so I come from the mindset that if I'm doing X, Y, and Z, then I'm feeling you, I'm letting you know. You know what I mean? But if you let me know it's not that, then it's my responsibility to pull back from that, right?
Right.
Right, but I think these are men that wasn't going to be serious anyways. These are men that were telling you that they were only there for you for something.
I know, but I'm
and
asking
then
I'm asking you as a lady, where does it cross the line from being ladylike and selling yourself?
I guess it depends on where you are in life.
Yeah.
Some
Because
people,
if you single,
yeah, some women it just takes maturity. Some women are really struggling, so they want to try to juggle and balance and see who they can get out of,
What do you mean?
But isn't that a bad character trait as ain't that like a user?
No, I think that's more of the masculine trait because the man is trying to use his masculinity to take advantage, and then the woman or the female at that time, young person at that time is like, okay, I'm gonna get you before you get me type thing. And especially back in Ohio.
So it's playing cat and mouse, huh?
Yeah, especially back in Ohio and Detroit, it was always some type of thing. But yeah, I mean, once I was serious with people, then they knew that I was just one-on-one for them. But if a guy came at me a certain way, especially back in Ohio, then like I said, okay, I'm gonna treat you like you trying to treat me.
Right.
And I think that was just that time, that era.
That's not dating.
Yes, it is, because you're going to concerts, you're going out to eat, you're going all types of places.
It's under the illusion that it's dating. You're camouflaged, but there's ulterior motives coming in on both parts, according to you. So therefore, you're exploiting your sexuality for something in return.
She didn't say she was having sex though.
No,
I definitely was.
No, that's not.
No, he's talking about using your feminine essence to get him, but he already put himself out there. Because
come on now, let's be real. You can only do to someone what they allow you to do.
But when does the moral compass come in that is right? Like if I don't have an intent to do anything with you or move any further, I'm not going to waste your time. I was that way in my 20s and I'm that way now. Even, people say, I just had somebody tell me the other day, they said, you don't talk with a double tongue. And so I guess I've always been a man that was focused. Like if I'm into you, I'm gonna let you know. If you say you're not into me, then that's what it is. I'm not going to continue to waste time. But I think there's.
But you also see them men that come with their wallet and come with their check
I
stub
do. So
and come with that. Yeah.
Let me ask you this. A question. I asked a question today when we was at work, and I said, I don't think that. I don't think that a man should be messing with young women. Like I said, from 18 to 35, I think is the proper age. But I don't think somebody in their late 40s, 50s, and 60s should be dating somebody in their 20s. What do you guys say about that?
To each his own. Who am I to say who is not okay for someone else? If you're an older man, and a lot of older men like younger women, a lot of older men go through that what is that, midlife crisis.
Midlife crisis?
So they have a point to prove. They still want to be machismo. They still want to know that, I can still stroke. I can still do this. In order to prove that, I got this young girl. This is proving that I am still this
That
guy.
ain't proven.
I
That
am
ain't
still somebody. That's generally, as
okay.
an older woman, a younger man is not a turn on for me. Young boys are not a turn on for me at all.
Yeah, for me, I have an 18-year-old daughter, and when she turns 20, and I'm in my 40s, and I'm dating somebody around her age, to me, that means that I'm dating somebody that I probably would have been raising, or you know what I mean? Like, to me as a father, I just that's my personal opinion. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And most people can't help who they like or what they are attracted
to. Right.
So, I mean, that's just like some men prefer heavier women. Some men prefer thinner, more athletic women. Some men prefer dark or light. It's the same premise.
Yeah.
Some men like younger girls.
I was in Atlanta. And he told me, he said when they turn 26, he said they got to leave his roster. He said he said 26 is the cutoff. He said from 18 to 26, he said it's fair game.
Yeah, some men like that, that vivaciousness and that energy, and it may make them feel, some kind of way. That's all about preference. I don't think it always has to depend on a morality.
And I'm gonna tell you the reason why. Both of my wives were younger than me, and the mindset that I had when I got them is because when you get with a younger women, not only do they have some of the things you desire that you may not see in older women as far as their physical anatomy go, but they're more complacent, where they're more in tune to what you're trying to do, because they have to be dependent on you, where older women don't have to be. They're already established, they're already set. They're going to challenge anything that they know is not right, because they have their own independence. Younger females don't.
So what you saying though, as a man, is that besides beauty, you don't want the challenge?
Oh,
that's pretty much. I'm not.
I'm saying no. I'm talking about men. When you we're talking about relationships. So a man that desires that, he's saying that I'm not mature enough as a man to want a challenge, because to me, there are more beautiful older women than younger women, because all the younger women look like they're made up. Everything it looks fake. And so there's a lot of older women that got their shit tight and right, and they got their shit together. So as a man at 45, 50, why would I go deal with a child that I got to teach? And I can go to a woman that has already learned, you know what I mean? And all we doing is coming together, and we're building now. We both got the foundation. When I come in, I'm gonna tell her what my likes and my dislikes is. She's gonna say what her likes and dislikes is, and we're gonna say, hey, do we think we can walk together and grow something? I don't want no child.
Well, it goes back to how that person was raised, his mentality, his perspectives on life, because all men are not going to think like you. All men are not going to think.
No,
like
I agree.
So again, what Magic said is it's all a matter of preference. I'm talking about me. This is my thing with any woman. I don't care.
So, Ramon, do you prefer younger women now?
No.
Okay.
No, that experience with me didn't pan out too well. So no.
So the reason I asked it. Oh, go ahead, Lamont. I don't want to go. Go ahead, please.
See, here's the thing. I can't do nothing but be honest, because I'm transparent. I tried it because, I had that mindset. And you got to remember, when I first got married, I was in those streets. I had an escort business, so I thought I was pimping and
Okay.
all that stuff. So that was my mindset then. My second wife was older than my first wife, but it was still the same thing. And I didn't wrap my mind around it until it was too late, until I realized that this is not working for me. But then when I started to date older women, this is the problem that I'm running into. And this is something that you touched base on the last show. It's not so much as the challenge, because I've been challenged all my life. And this is the
Okay.
reason I'm the man that I am today, because of overcoming those challenges. What I have a problem with is the way, the mindset that not all older women, but some older women have, when they feel they can come in and remold you to be the person that they want you to be. And see, I'm not saying that I can't change, and I'm not willing to compromise, but there has to be some balance, man. If there's no balance, then I'm not dealing with that.
So I got to be devil's advocate. I just got to. So you said an older woman will come in and try to change you, right? But a older man getting a younger woman, he's trying to train her. He's trying to teach her to be what he want her to be and not have her own mind. And so
Right.
as a man, I want a woman who is vocal and knows what she wants. I don't want to have to teach it in my 40s and my 50s. I don't want to have to teach a child how to be a woman. All this time now, since I've been married, my wife and I, we have to teach one another what we wanted. And so I would assume any man that reaches his 40s, he's already dated and played the game long enough. And why would you go backwards? That's like me having a child in my 40s. Why would I want to teach somebody how to be a woman or what I want you to be, when versus I'm dealing with a woman who knows what it means to be a woman and what a man should expect. I can come into the game and I can say, hey, these are my expectations. Are you able to meet these expectations? What are your expectations, right? But see, when you get a young somebody in their 20s and 30s, you're influencing them to try to mold and shape them. Most men, I'm not saying all men, but to mold and shape them to be what you want to be. And most men will say, well, that ain't that what you're supposed to do? But for me as a man, uh, I love the challenge, to be with someone who is mature, especially at this age in my life. I'm not going backwards to deal and try to be with a child. You know what I mean? Because dealing with a child comes with all that stuff that comes along with having a child: domestic violence, arguing, things that a grown woman will know by experience or should know not to do. And so you can open yourselves up to a lot of things that you already dealt with, and repeat cycles in your 50s, 40s, and late age that you should have accomplished and already conquered in your 20s and 30s. And that's why I say that.
Well, let me. I have a rebuttal for that, and
Okay.
and and even though that is true and that's on point, you have to keep in mind this too. Um, a lot of older women, it doesn't matter how mature they are, because they still do the same thing that these younger women do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give you an example. I was in a, if you want to call it a relationship, with a woman that was almost my age, and I'm 61. And it was the drama, it was the accusations, it was the immaturity, it was the want to argue and stuff like that. So when I'm sitting back and I'm saying to myself, okay, well, this is supposed to be an older woman. I chose to get away from the younger women to get with a more mature woman, because these are the things that I desire. Those are the things that I didn't desire anymore. Okay,
Right.
but but when the same transition started to happen, I'm saying, well, maybe I don't think it's the age. I think it's just the woman, the
Or
selection.
it's the maturity, because age has nothing to do with maturity. It can be in that breath, it can be someone young that's mature, and it can be someone that's old. But if you're dealing with the things that you were dealing with in your 20s and 30s and your 40s and 60s with a woman, that lets me know that that woman is immature. And so it is unwise for a mature man to deal with anyone that is immature, because how can you grow with someone that scripture says that two people can't walk together unless they be in agreement? And so um, as we get older, we should seek things that are more intimate when it comes to value in a relationship. It shouldn't always be about the material things. It should be about how you make me feel emotional, how you make me feel when I'm around you. How do you make me feel um, in other aspects of life other than what I can do or what you can do for me? You know what I mean? Do you call me and ask me at the end of the day, how's my mental? How's your day? So uh, I guess dating at an older age or any age, these are some of the things that we should ask ourselves and be honest and ask the other people before moving forward, because you're going to deal with those same things if you don't uh, weed all that out. And so
Well,
the moment I would say the moment that I would see somebody exemplifying those traits, I would go the other way.
here's the thing. To kind of piggyback off that. This has always been my motto and will continue to be. When I meet someone, I'm transparent. I don't have no skeletons in the closet, nothing like that. So what I try to do is put everything on the table, and I ask, what do you like? What do you dislike? This is what I like, and this is what I dislike. So quite naturally, we're going to try to gravitate towards the things that we desire and we like. But once again, when you meet a person, the maturity, that transparency, and the sincerity all plays a part, because you again, you're meeting that representative. Okay, and as time, you got your phone muted, and as time progressed, you know those true characteristics surface. So as you said, when you see those warning signs, then you do, and that's what I do. I pull out. And no matter, I'm gonna give you a real prime example. I was just dating a woman not too long ago, right? We went in business together, and she she did something that I felt was inappropriate. And I'm not talking about no cheating or anything like that. Um, and when I tried to talk to her about it, she became very belligerent. And I was like, okay, well, I'm bringing it to your attention. I'm bothered by what you're doing, and moving forward, we can't do that. So again, she was kind of set in her ways, and she didn't really want to talk about it. So I left it alone. So I said, well, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. When I left her house, I knew leaving her house, I was done, even without telling her. I said I was done. So the next day she texted me, and I simply told her, I said, you know what, I'm done. And she went ballistic. The name calling and things like this. So all the things, when I tried to sever my ties with the business, she told me, you got nothing coming. You can't break up with me. So it doesn't really matter, man, the age. If the maturity is not there, then it's not there. A lot of people can't articulate or communicate very well.
Hmm.
So I'm not saying that she was wrong, but in the mindset that she had and her perspectives was not something that I wanted to embrace. So I chose to walk away from it.
Hmm.
So, Ramon, how do you feel about dating multiple women?
I don't date multiple women.
Why?
Um, because I don't, because my morals won't allow me to do that. When I date with a purpose. So I don't talk to multiple women at one time, because if I wanted to be a player, then that's what I'd be, a player. I'm a man, at least that's what I consider myself to be. So when I do things based on my morality and the principles that I've set forth in my life. So no, I don't date multiple women like that, and never have.
Define dating for you. What does dating look like for you?
I think it would be similar to what you said. If I don't just go out on random dates, dinners, movies, I don't do stuff like that. So
Okay.
if I'm going out with you, that means that I'm interested in you. I have that physical bond, that chemistry, whatever you want to choose to call it. So I moving forward, once I express myself and you choose to accept that, then I'm gonna move forward. But I'm not gonna be on the phone talking to other women. I'm not gonna be going to movies and hanging out. I'm not gonna do all that. So for me, I don't do multiple dating.
They
But
what they're trying to say now that everybody is dating wrong. That people should be dating more than three people at a time. Like Magic said, don't put all their eggs in one basket. So you saying no to that?
what do you mean?
So
That would,
okay, so say you I'm sorry, Miss Alonda. So say you find these three women. They all, you believe that you are attracted to them, and you start talking to them, and one of them stands out more than the rest. So you eliminate the other two. What do you do with that one? And then you realize, what do you do with that one when you realize she's not the one? Do you try to go back and get the other two,
Well,
or do you just move on?
here's the thing with me, and I can't speak for other men. Once I let go, I'm done. I don't backtrack. Once I say I'm done, now it's something different if I'm talking to a woman and we have a disagreement or a slight misunderstanding, and then we kind of part, and then we come back together. That's something different. But when I'm dating a woman and it goes awry, I don't go back and get the women that I dismiss. Why? I dismiss them for a reason. So no, I don't do that personally. So I can't speak for anybody else.
So you don't feel like you've wasted your time when you pick that one out of the three and that one doesn't work out? Do you feel like you
Well,
wasted your time?
well, time can be defined just like love. It has multiple meanings, multiple purposes. So no, I don't feel, because how do I say that the time that was invested, because you have to invest in order to get a return. You will never know unless you try. So if I spend time with this particular woman and it doesn't pan out, then I move on. I don't harbor on things, and this is a problem I have with a lot of women that I've interacted with, whether I've been intimate with them or not. When they keep rehashing the past has come and gone. No, we're moving forward. We're in the present, moving forward. Okay, we've had misunderstanding. That's fine. We understand what those misunderstandings were. Okay, let's try to correct that and move forward. If you're going to keep rehashing, like Al Hudson say, something in the past, every time we get to going good, you bring up something of the past. And bringing up the past stirs emotions differently in different people. So me, I have an issue with that. So when I see that reoccurring, then I just have a tendency to just throw up my hands and say I'm cool. That's me.
Mm. So multiple. How did you feel about it, Miss Alonda? The multiple dating multiple. Would you rather date one man at a time or have options? Well, I know you're married now, so that's probably not a good question. But in your past, would you rather have options to choose from or one at a
well, primarily I dated one on one unless there was games played, and then I may had added more.
time? Okay.
But it depends on how the cards was played. You
Okay.
know, my
Okay.
hand was dealt.
Okay.
Then I would deal with the situation accordingly.
Okay. All right. That's
Hmm.
fair
And
enough.
just to add to that, Magic, I don't spend a lot of time with any woman, and it don't even necessarily have to go to intimacy, but just spending time talking on the phone, um, texting, which everybody know I'm not really into the texting. I do it somewhat, but just all day, every day, no, I'm not going to do that. And if that's a motivating factor for a woman to just sit and text me, you don't want to talk, you don't want to video chat, I'm not going to engage that. It may be momentarily, and then what they say, ghost. I don't block, I just don't respond. So that's ghost, and that's exactly what I do. I can't do that, because with the exception of Ramon, we're getting up in age. You know what I'm saying? So now, as you kind of hinted to, my time is valuable. So every moment that I spend with somebody, that means something to me. So if you don't value my time as much as I do, then I got to move on to something else. But I'm not just gonna just stay in that area complacent and stagnated because you want to play mind games. No, I'm not gonna do that. So I'm gonna do that ghost thing, that Casper thing, and let you do what you do.
Okay, yeah.
So
I mean, yeah, I just don't see a problem with dating multiple, depending on what you define as dating. Um, that's how you get to know people. That's how you you got options.
so
Um,
why can't you
So
do one person exclusively? Why do you
let,
have to
I
have?
can. As soon as someone says to me, Magic, I would like to date you.
But
I have an intent to date you in order for us to see if we can work out in a relationship. I will give that man my undivided attention.
so
Until
so dating,
someone
so
says that,
dating
I'm
for
going to
you is
date
like
multiple.
walking through the mall with a big credit card, right?
No.
No, understand what I'm saying. If you saying dating multiple people is okay, how do you stay without someone saying I want you to be exclusive? How do you ride that out? I'm talking about because it's only obvious there's no
so
morals involved in
so
this.
so Magic, let me ask this question.
Uh-huh.
You said dating multiple people. Does each person know that you're talking to other people? Is that open? Is that
Absolutely.
communicated?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think my biggest thing is communication and being transparent.
Yeah,
I,
because I agree with you because I guess if you know that I'm talking to multiple people, you need to shoot your shot and work hard to gain this.
and yeah, get my
Uh,
attention.
Yeah.
I'm a woman who was tied down, and I can't even say tied down. I had a great marriage. I was married for a really long time. And it just so happened we grew up as kids together. So we knew each other for a very long time. And now being single after all these years and seeing what is out there just to date, there's no way I'm just gonna date one person because most of them, out of five, only one of them is gonna have some sense. The whole WYD text in the morning is a turnoff. The whole "What did you have for breakfast?" Like, get my attention. Don't just WYD me 3-4 times a day because you're bored or that's your way of showing me you thought about me. Send me something showing that you put some effort into a text. If you don't have time to type out the words, "What are you doing?" You ain't got time for magic. You ain't got time for me. I don't want to see WYD. I don't want
So
to see
I've been not texting you no more.
it. That drives me insane. I just posted something like that on my Facebook page last night. A meme I created with that WYD. It tells me you're bored. You're bored. You're a grown ass man and you're bored. WYD. Come
So
on.
that's the reason you didn't
Come
respond
on.
to me today.
Come on. Like, you could easily text, I'm sitting here watching TV and I thought about you. I'm driving down the road, I hit a red light, and I'm just gonna shoot you a hello, excuse me. Like, do something like that. Don't just WYD me. Otherwise, pick up the phone and
So
say, "What are you
so
doing?"
let me ask you something. If you feeling a guy
Uh-huh.
and that irritates you, would you tell him, hey, like, don't do that?
Oh,
Or
yep.
you just or you
Absolutely.
go yeah, so you gonna warn him first.
No, and it's not a warning. I will ask you, is that how you generally communicate?
Right.
I
But
will
would you let
tolerate
would
it.
you
I will tolerate it to an extent, but I will say, I will prefer that you come with something other than just WYD. I know people do it. It's easy. It's quick.
Right.
It's probably programmed in the phone. I
Because
get it.
older men, I'm 39 and I don't do a whole lot of texting. You know,
But
I'm
you're
old school.
married.
I gotta
You're
talk to you.
married.
I gotta pick up the phone and talk. So
But yeah, that's it. And I would rather prefer that. And if I don't answer the phone, I'll call you back. Or I'll
right.
text you and say, you know what, I'm in the middle of something. I'll call you back. I'll call you right back. If I forget, and I'm so polite, if I forget or something, I'll pick up the phone the next day. You know what? I apologize. I said I would call you back and I didn't. Time got away. I apologize. How's it
Now,
going? How's your day? And so on and so forth. But
so
I'm not WYDing. I'm not
so
doing it.
so you said it's okay for you to talk to multiple people. So if you found a man that you found attractive and was grounded and was, I mean, like you really was feeling him, but he had like 6 multiple people he was talking with, would you feel as a woman like he ain't got enough time for me?
No, what I would let him know that, hey, Playboy, check this
Wait,
out.
wait,
Look, what is
why is that
look,
being a
look, look.
playboy?
What is
Because
good
you
for the
just said
goose
he
is
dating
good for the
multiple women. You
gander.
just said it. Yeah, you
Hey,
just said it.
hey, it sounds to me like double standard. That's
It
what it sounds.
do. It do.
No, it doesn't. Because listen, no. If a man is dating multiple women, and I've said to him, you know what, I am interested in you because A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And if he says, you know what, that's good, but I'm still going to date these other women, I don't have a choice but to roll with that. If he chooses me, fine, good, I win. If he doesn't, I'm okay with that. I can move on. I'm okay with that. I don't care because I'm not one of those women that's going to ask you, who are you talking to? How many people are you? I don't give
No,
a damn.
but you said you would tell him, so you would expect a man
Yeah,
to tell
so
you.
right. So he's gonna be transparent up front.
Yeah, if
So
he's up front and says the same thing that I'm saying, it's either going to be up to me to accept it or up to him to accept it. If he chooses me in the long run, bam, I win. If he doesn't, I'm okay with that.
what? But how long is that acceptable? You know what I mean? Like if you, I mean, you feeling him, you feel like he feeling you, but like he feel the same way you feel. Like this dating scene is crazy, and I don't want to do nothing like commit
Right.
too soon.
That's
How
his
long do you
choice.
think
He's
it
got
should
that
be before
option. He's got
a
that
person
option.
commit?
That's his choice. That's on him. If I put it out there and he don't reach up and grab it, that's on him. I have to then at that point decide I'm either gonna keep rolling or I'm gonna turn away.
Put what out there, Magic?
Truth of the matter is most women be like, shit, I ain't fucking with that man. That motherfucker got 6 women. Who the fuck he think I am?
But
But
I got those same choices. I
Exactly.
got the same
Exactly.
choices though, so it
truth
don't
be
matter.
told, you know, but a woman be like a Mac. They can act like a Mac and be like, yeah, you know, I'm talking to 3 other people, and you know what I mean. Like you got to win my affection. But if a man do it, it's like, motherfucker, who do you think you are?
That's not true. That's not true. That's not
Yeah,
true.
in most
That's not
instances,
true.
yeah, it is.
It's not. Not for me. It's not. Not for me. It's not because I could care
You
less.
know, y'all,
Literally.
you sound like a Mac right now.
I'm
sound
okay.
like a
I'm okay
sound like
with
a
not
straight
being
Mac.
chosen.
You
I'm
know,
okay with
I'd
not
be
being
like,
chosen.
you know, I'm feeling magic, but 3, 3.
Let me ask you a question, Magic. So
Yeah.
say hypothetically this guy says, you know what, I want to date you exclusively. I think it's a possibility that we may have this thing, it may progress to this or that. Now, you have made it perfectly clear that you have male friends that you've been friends with for years. So say this man, whose thing is that doing that?
Oh, that's me.
That's the back line. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Um, and a guy, because I seen this on a podcast, and the guy tells you that, okay, that male friend shit is out. You got to.
Okay. Okay.
So
He's made his point clear.
what do you do?
He's made his point very clear and he's made his stance. If a man is telling me I am dating you with intent, that man has my undivided attention. I know how to cut everybody else off to make sure I give this man a clear opportunity to shoot his shot and make it work. If it doesn't work, or if I see it's going to
But
fall
what if you're
apart,
not? What if you're not ready because you still like you ain't sure about him. He may got some bad traits or
No, it
whatever.
doesn't. For me, it doesn't work like that. If a
Okay.
man tells me he is intentionally dating me to see if we can work, that man has my undivided
So
attention.
you gonna drop the other two off?
I will drop everybody else, let everybody
No,
know,
no,
look,
no.
I got
Wait a
something
minute.
going on right now.
You misconstrued what the question I asked you. I'm not talking about the other guys that you're currently dating. I'm talking about, you said you have male friends, lifetime friends.
Okay, yeah.
So
Oh, so you saying once he sit there date her with attention, she need to drop her best
Oh,
male
I gotta
friend.
get rid of my
no,
friends?
I didn't say that. I'm asking a question. If a man
Oh,
pose that
okay.
question to you and say, "Hey, if we're gonna do this, you can't. You gotta let your male friends go." Does
Then
that
he's
mean
not the guy
you
for
know?
me. He's not the guy for me because my two best friends are men. And I've had those friends as my best friends since we were children, since we were kids. And if he can't understand that, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm not gonna. They're like family to me. They're not like just my buddies and we hanging out like that. No, they're like family. So I have three best friends. One is my cousin, and two are men that I grew up with as children. We grew up in the same neighborhood. We've done everything, a lot of things together. I help them date. I go and hang out with them and their girlfriends and so on and so forth. And it's not an issue. If a man can't understand that, then I don't know what to. There's nothing I can say about that. We just not gonna work.
So basically, what you're saying is there's an ultimatum. There's a
That's
double
not an
standard.
ultimatum. He's
Well,
just not for me.
well,
He gave me the ultimatum. I didn't give him the ultimatum. He gave it to me.
I didn't say who gave who the ultimatum. I'm saying there's an ultimatum involved, and it's kind of like a double standard, because now what I'm
Where's the
seeing.
double standard at? Because if a man tells me he's got a female friend and they've been friends since they were children, I'm either gonna come into his life and try to be her friend too, befriend her also. If I don't see any bullshit and fuckery going on, I don't have any problem with a man having a female friend. I'm not that girl. Like, I'm okay with me. I'm not jealous, insecure, or none of that at this age. Before, I probably would have been like, "Ooh, in my 20s, oh hell no, you cannot do
I
this."
think that a man or a woman, either or, when you tell them that you have a friend and they don't take you at your word, then that's a red flag. That's a red flag of insecurities and a
Yeah,
trust issue.
right.
Um, and I'm speaking from experience, from dealing with bullshit when I was younger. I don't want to be with any woman that tells me something and I don't take it as true. Now, if I see signs of fuckery, then I'm gonna cut that off,
There it
because
is.
I've matured to that state in my life that you can talk to whoever the fuck you want to talk to. And my thing is this: if you have a male friend and we're in a committed relationship, then that's both of our friends. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like, what
Yes.
if y'all can hang out, we can hang out together,
All
and,
together.
and, and y'all can hang out by y'all motherfucking self. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But it has to be a level of community and trust. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna date at this age in my life anybody I don't trust. And
Okay,
so
let me ask you this question, because both of you said the same thing, and I don't understand this terminology, fuckery. What does that mean?
Bullshit.
BS.
it,
Bullshit.
is BS
Yeah.
that you that
Yeah.
that
BS.
because I have a friend, I have two friends that I went to high school with, um and my wife has no problem. Like, matter of fact, it was she came in town to see her mom maybe a year ago, and it was like uh 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning, you know what I mean, AM. But she was leaving the next day and I wanted to see her, you know what I mean. My wife had no problem with me running over there to go say, go see the family. She was at her mom's house, you know what I mean. But
Right.
she understands that relationship that we have, that's my partner, you know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
haven't seen her in a few years. And so I robbed my wife from that in our earlier years because I was immature and insecure for her to have, and that's her whole life. All she ever had was dude friends. She really
Me
don't get
too.
along with women.
Yeah,
And
that's it.
so, my maturity at this stage of my life, and I see that, then I'm mature enough to be able to either trust you, and if I don't trust you, I have no business being with you.
Come on, say that again. Yes, absolutely. It has to be a level of trust. And until your mate shows you something different with that opposite sex friend, there's no reason to not believe that the relationship is just that, a friendship.
Now, but I would want to know if you guys had like
A
you
previous
know,
relationship.
yeah,
Right,
because
right.
it's some friendships that we close, but we used to dibble and
See, yeah,
dabble. Now, if we
I'm not
dibbled
in
and
that
dabble,
situation. I ain't in that
we got to
situation.
have a more intense conversation about
Yeah,
how we
no,
moving
no.
forward.
Yeah, no.
Hey, hey,
That's
I haven't been with my
because you got to
friends.
be open. I don't
yeah,
want to find
let
out
me go with.
later.
Okay, now you
But
say you never been intimate with your friends. Okay, that's understandable. Most men would embrace that. Okay, babe, do your thing. But what about women that say they haven't and they have?
Well, that's on her lying ass.
Well,
That's on her.
it's gonna come
yeah,
out, and you
yeah,
drop them like a bad habit.
Yeah, I mean that's on
right,
her.
Drop,
yeah.
drop 'em like you touched a hot skillet with no
Yeah.
glove on.
9 times out of 10, a man is gonna lie about his relationship with a woman before a woman will lie about the
I
relationship.
don't know about that.
No, no,
Absolutely.
I
stop.
don't know about that. I
Absolutely.
don't know about that. I don't agree with
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
I disagree with that. I
Especially if
think
you coming from a single situation. Not, and you know what, and I probably shouldn't even put more on the other. If you're coming out of a single situation and you're getting with somebody and you have yet to reveal that you have these friends and you have been intimate with them, but it didn't work out in a relationship, and you don't reveal that to the person that you are now talking to, that's on you. And whatever happens in your current relationship, if it goes awry, that's your karma. Period.
Well,
let me ask you this. I just saw a post yesterday. It was an NFL, I think his name was Joe Smith or some ex NFL player, basketball player, NBA player.
yeah.
His wife had a OnlyFans page.
Oh, that was out
And
of line. Oh,
uh,
that's out of line.
oh, so
Oh man,
you,
I was
you
cussing
saw
her out something awful.
so
Come
so
on,
she was possibly talking to some of her old friends.
right? And she was not just talking. I mean, come on.
I
Excuse me.
know.
You
Well,
selling the
I'm
fantasy
trying to
out
keep it
there to
PG.
millions of people behind your husband's back. That's bullshit. That's fuckery. Now
I,
that's fuckery. It is
I, I,
finest.
Was he paying the
she
bill?
stole his option. She stole his choice. He should have communicated and gave him a choice.
Exactly. Exactly. Yep. Well, she
Well,
did say they needed the money. In a sense, she did say they need the money. However, in a married situation, there is no way that woman should have done that behind her husband's back. Because not only that, when that man is out in public, he looks like a fool.
Oh,
He
yeah.
looks like a fool because he
She,
didn't know.
here's the problem I'm having with this dating thing, right? Because dating is supposed to, in most cases, lead to progressive relationships and possibly marriage. Okay, that's normally what people date for. But when you get you kind of touched over there, and then you retract that men do it more so than women. But when you deal with statistics and the things that's happened, how sex is being exploited, how you got all these podcasts and how women are entreating men with the total and blatant disrespect. I don't think that men are just advocating, not most men are not advocating the downfall of the woman as the woman is advocating the downfall for the man. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why. Because when you get women that says, I don't want to be in a relationship, example, on the dating sites, and I know you've seen this, they don't say I'm dating with a purpose, I'm looking for marriage, or put all those whatever things up there. Casual dating and friendship. What does that mean? I'm talking about you got to take it for what it's worth.
Yeah,
There's no
because
possibility for
most
anything.
women, like if most women think like I think, I'm not dating to get married, but if I run across that man that sweeps me off my feet, or run across that man that we just totally vibe and our relationship develops and blossoms into something else, I'm all for it. So I'm not the woman that's seeking on purpose. I'm not the woman that's actively looking for a man to be in my life for the rest of my life. What I am looking for is perhaps companionship, friendship, getting to know more men, seeing what the options are that are out there. And in that, if I run across a man and we just completely vibe, then that's a bonus. That's a
Imagine,
big bonus.
do you think that's fair to the man? Because what if the man goes in it with the whole mindset of trying to pursue you, and he's, and I'm not making any excuses because I express what I feel. But what if that man is kind of shy or embarrassed to express that, and he's kind of going along with your plan, and your intentions is not, unless he comes out and say what you want him to say. How is that fair to the man?
It would be fair. The only way he would have, if he's too shy to say it, then his actions would have to show it. If I see a man that is actively communicating with me, wanting to spend time with me, and he is really occupying my time just as much as I'm studying or running my businesses or whatever, I have to take a time out and say, okay, let me respect this man's time and give him what he's looking for right now to see where this goes. If he's too shy to say, at some point he's going to say it. At some point he's going to say, I really like you. I really want to spend more time. At some point that man is going to say that. But with his actions, I'll know what his intentions are. If you don't have the actions, but you have the words, I'll have to weigh that out, and vice versa. I've got to weigh it out.
It's almost, and I say this with the utmost respect. It's almost like you possess those qualities that kind of put you on a pedestal, almost as the epitome of the woman that most real men desire. So, with that being said, have you ever contemplated the thought of holding seminars or things like this to try to educate more Black women to get them on that mindset, or you just don't care?
No, I haven't thought about it in that way because, for one, I don't believe that I am any better than the next woman. How a woman chooses to present herself or carry herself, who am I to judge that? So no, I don't put myself, I don't separate myself in that way from other women, because women do what they want to do and how they want to do it. They move how they want to move. Um, if some, I do get a lot of women and men that will ask me for advice because of a lot of different platforms that I am on. So I get questions. My two best friends that are men, we hash things out all the time about women. And I get women that'll inbox me because they seen me speak somewhere, or they seen me somewhere, and now, we've exchanged social media information or telephone information. And you know what? I like the way you carry yourself. Tell me what you think about this. And I can only talk to them based on my own experience.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as going out on a platform specifically for telling women how they should present themselves or how they should carry themselves, no, because I don't think I'm better than anyone else. I don't think I do anything any different than some other women. I think there may be a smaller percentage of women that think the way I think, but I believe there are a lot of women out there that think the way I think. And there's women that don't. Does that make it bad or wrong or
Do,
make
do,
me
Well,
better?
well,
do you
we know that percentage is very small, and I'm gonna tell you the reason it's small. Because if women like you existed on a large scale, you wouldn't have so many single women, and you really wouldn't have that many single men, because all the men that's not married, all the men that's not in prison, all the men that's not gay, they would be involved in a relationship with a woman like you.
But see, I don't. I'm a little hard though too. I am. There's a lot that I'm not going to tolerate.
Yeah.
At this point in my life, there's a lot of things
Yeah.
I'm not going to tolerate.
Okay,
Um,
preacher.
1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. I'm done. I'm not a woman that's going to argue. I'm not a woman
do,
that's going to try to change a man. I'm not a
do,
woman that wants a man to come in and change me.
Do
Um,
do
I'm
you do
very
you
set in my ways. I'm very, very spoiled. I have been privileged to have and be exposed to a lot of different things. So I'm just not gonna settle at this point in my life. I'd rather be
do
single than settle for a man just to have somebody
So
to.
what if a man can't spoil you? What do you
I'm
mean
not,
by
and I'm
spoil?
not. When I say spoiled, I'm not meaning superficial
Right. She
material
talking about
at all.
emotionally
I can buy my own
and
stuff. When
physically.
I mean spoiled, I mean my love language is touch. I'm very affectionate. I'm a Scorpio, so I
uh
love to be loved on. Kiss on me,
do
hug on me, touch me,
do
play in my hair, get in the shower with me, take a bath with me, rub my back, rub my feet. I'm that. That's what I mean by spoiled. When you see
I,
me
I,
come and hug me,
I,
love me, kiss me
yeah
on the neck, bite my
I
ears,
think
that's
I
what I
think
mean.
that I think most women want that. I think most women desire that.
Yeah. Mhm.
Um, I don't think that most men hear that. I think most men at times, we look at the aspect of being able to provide, and I think that men get lost in that, thinking that I can buy your affection, or
Mm.
I can, as long as I'm working and taking care of you, I'm meeting that, I'm meeting your needs. But a woman needs a balanced man, a man that can take care of finances, take care of emotional, physical, and all those things you name.
Yeah.
But my question to both women on the panel tonight is: do you think that women are truly dating to find someone, or women are dating to see what they can get out of someone?
It depends on where they are in their life.
Yeah. Yeah. Depends on where they are in their life.
Yeah, like where I am now, I can't say that I date with intent until somebody tells me they want to date me with intent. I'm not someone out there seeking because I've already been there, done that in a relationship. I'm happy being a widow. I'm fine being a widow. I'm content being a widow. But if I get lucky and find another man to marry, then damn it, that I didn't hit the jackpot. Shit, I'm all for it. So it just depends on where a woman is in her life. So younger women are
Yeah.
looking for that fast life and want to rip and run with their man. Middle aged and older women want stability and security and comfort. The emotional connection. There's so much more
Mhm.
you want when you're older.
Yeah. So it just depends on what age, bracket they in or where they at in life.
So what you're saying, pretty much is that until you find that person that you want to bond with, it's okay to talk to multiple people.
Yeah, because that's all we're doing is talking. I'm not dating anybody right now. So all we're doing is phone phone conversation, maybe some social media banter here and there, but I'm not. There isn't anybody in my life right now that I can say next week or tomorrow we're going on a date and it's going to be all that. Like, no, I'm not in that space right now. For one, I don't have the time. And for two, that's not what my options are right now. The men that are in my life right now is, hey, let's go catch a game. Hey, let's go take a trip. And they know already because we've had the conversation. I'm not going to be obligated to fuck on you just because we're taking a trip. I'm not going to be obligated to be intimate with you because we are rendezvousing over here and over there. That's not where I'm at with anybody I'm dating right now. And I'm not even dating, just men that I'm talking to or associating with right now.
So do you think the men that you're associating with see you as a potential person to be intimate with?
One, there is one, and we haven't been intimate. You know, the options
Why
just
not?
haven't arisen for us to be intimate.
Why not?
We're for one, we're in two different areas. We're in two different stages in life right now. I'm finishing up school, and he's got a career that kind of keeps him out of town quite a bit. So our intimacy is conversation, and right now I'm okay with that. He's okay with that. So there's nothing special between the both of us right now. There isn't anybody right now I can say that will send me a WYD or a good morning in the morning that I'm going to lay down with tomorrow, next week, or next month. It's just that's not where I am right now in this cycle of association with men because I'm not dating anybody right now.
Well, I know I better not send you no more W.
Well, you're not pursuing me, so I mean that's fine. I know that's how you communicate, so I roll with it. But as far as if someone is trying to date me, I have to say from the beginning, please don't WYD me. That it's just I don't know too many women that like to see it. If you take a
Right.
poll right now, women don't want to see that. They don't. They just don't.
So what would be both you and Alonda's suggestion when it comes to men dating? Whether it's dating with a purpose or it's dating platonically just to socialize, just for that companionship. What would be the pros and cons for one as opposed to the other?
Go ahead, Miss Alonda.
I think men to learn how to maximize their single season. Like I said, put just if your intention is to date somebody to take them directly to bed, you might want to mention that just to give her choices. Hopefully, you're dating to get married. It don't take that many God's angels that you can go through.
Who
You
dating?
ain't got.
I'm out the dating scene, but been out for quite some time. But who is dating men? What men are dating that without wanting to get some buns? Like that's who?
I'm
Like,
talking about like
no,
immediately.
no.
I'm talking about like immediately.
Did he say get the buns?
And like it ain't, like all that stuff y'all naming is all cute and pretty and nice. But a man is pursuing you because he's physically
Exactly.
attracted to you,
Yeah.
and a man uses his influence and power, which is money and influence,
Yep.
to try to win you over to
Yep.
get that.
Yep.
And y'all using y'all power to say, hey, I need you to do this and that. But let's be adults here. If I'm attracted to
You
you,
know what? The bottom line is I have to be attracted to you. You can't just be attracted to me. I gotta be attracted.
I don't know.
yeah, like if I'm gonna be
Well,
straight.
we
Like,
all know sex is gonna come, but come on, y'all ain't
Well,
gotta
I
wear
know,
it
but
on your
y'all talking-
shoulder.
y'all
It ain't gotta
talking
be
like-
right here, like okay.
I know,
Hey.
but this generation, men are coming out letting you know this is what I want to do. Even women are, and like they fine. I'm talking to people, and they're saying that that's fine. Like they don't mind a quickie or whatever. Like
Yeah,
that's all I want.
It's not nothing wrong with that, but if you're trying to be in a serious relationship, then it may cause a problem. Like, I mean, come on, it's other love languages.
If I'm gonna pursue a man that is actively pursuing me as well, I'm not gonna wait 6-7 months to find out you ain't got enough sausage. I'm not waiting.
Yeah,
I'm figuring it out early.
That's what I'm getting to. But all this waiting around and all this
I'm not
playing.
doing that. I'm not doing it.
It may be.
If I
It
am
may be.
sexually attracted to you and you sexually attracted to me, and that energy and that vibe and that heat, if you make my stomach bubble when I see you, we gonna do it.
I just spent
But you can tell
$20,000.
that through a hug. It's different ways that you can tell.
Yes.
I just spent $20,000 and I come to find out it's dry. It ain't getting.
That's all I'm saying. That's all.
So
it ain't gonna be that dry. I mean, some Vaseline, something gonna work.
I got to know.
I feel the same way.
In this dating thing, keep in mind that there is a double standard, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why. Because the man, we're visual, okay? From most times than not, a man is going in with that mindset, that fantasy going, how he can fuck. Excuse my French.
We adults.
Okay.
And that's fine, but just don't wear it on your shoulder like this. I'm only here for this. I'm only here that I gotta have it. Come on,
you got two parties involved, because now on the flip side with the woman, she's going in to see what she can acquire monetarily, what her monetarily.
He done already told her that, because most of them that come out with the fact checking, they already tell you up front
Well,
what they bringing to the table as far as money.
that may not
I
be the
take care of
case.
you for the rest of your life, and I
No,
got this and this and this.
old Mac Daddies. I'm not talking about them type of people.
She talking about somebody that drank your bath water.
Yeah, all that. I'm talking about the guys that want to pursue a woman, and then the woman wants you to wait. Me, this is just me. I'm in agreement with you, Ramon. I'm not going to spend all that money and that time, and then come to find out when I do have sex, it wasn't even worth the investment.
That why I feel the same way. Shit, I feel the same way.
So, hey, I'm talking about
So how many people have y'all met that just came and y'all dated them and then they had bad sex? I'm pretty sure out of 10 people,
I'm gonna just be quiet.
10 people
watch this later, they're gonna know. So I'm gonna just be quiet.
At say 10 people, at least 7 of them had some good sex. Now, come on now, it ain't that bad.
I tell my kids all the time. I say, you got to be sure what you're doing because you don't want to have no regrets. I say I got a whole lot of regrets. I got some things that I say. I look back and say I don't know what I was wrong with me or what was going on. So that ain't happening.
I'm posing this question to Miss Magic.
Okay.
So because you said something kind of vaguely. So what are you judging a man by? Success or failure?
Sexually. What am I judging a man on? Are you kidding me? Oh,
No, I'm not kidding you.
The performance has to be. First of all, I know what I can do. I know what I'm doing. And you got to show me that you know what you're doing. Whether you dipping low,
Magic is saying she ain't teaching
on.
nobody, grown or young, how to work it.
Come on.
She said she ain't doing no explaining. It ain't gonna be a tutorial on none of that.
I'm not getting out the whiteboard and this is how you do this. Nah, you gotta come correct. You gotta come.
So he gotta come up in Magic's Palace ready, huh?
Yeah, you gotta be ready. And I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I need a mandingo sized penis. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you have to actually be able to turn me on, get me there, let me stay there, and then don't be selfish with what you got. Like, show me that you are in control in the bed, and I'm gonna bring that back to you.
So from a woman's standpoint, is that more is it 50-50 physical and mental, or is it more mental, or what is that? What are men lacking in that area from what you have experienced in your dating when you were dating? What have you experienced that really turned you off from men that maybe were attractive and had a lot of other things, but they couldn't satisfy you in that area that turned you off?
I think it's a mindset. It's if you're not ready to perform, you're not going to. You're just not going to. You're gonna be a hit it and quit it, and so I can be a hit it and quit it too. So what we doing? If a man is not coming to me mentally and physically ready for a sexual encounter, he's gonna get devoured, and I'm done. We're done.
Yeah. What I think what I've learned as a what I've learned as a
I'm not playing that game. I'm not.
What I have learned with women is that women when you step into their dungeon, you got to be ready for a ride. And if your ass ain't ready to what that old blues song say, stand up in it, and
stick it before and lick it before you stick it and all that good stuff.
Before you even get there, you've had to have had the conversation, unless it was just after a night of drinks and you just it's just popping. But other than that, you've led up to, this is what I like. This is what do you like? This is okay. This is not okay. You know, and then when you get in bed and you put all that together and your mind is ready and your body's ready, all of that is gonna come together. If it doesn't, okay, we're gonna try this one more time.
No, it ain't gonna be no
See what
one more
happens.
time.
And
It
I'm
ain't
gonna
gonna
give
be no
you a
one more
second
time.
chance. I'm gonna give you a
Nah.
second chance to get it right. And then after that, I'm done. It's a wrap. I'm out of here. I'm out.
Hey, well, I think the way you put that, I think a guy better come in. You know, his testosterone levels better be high. He better have some D pills for bag up.
Yeah, just let me know. Like if you struggling or you lacking somewhere, just say that. We can work that out. We can work it out. We'll
How many
figure it
men you
out.
know gonna come in and tell you their penis won't get hard, but they're attracted to you?
I've had men tell me that. I've had men say I need
Really?
Viagra. I've had men say I've got problems with my prostate. So I may not be able to do this, but I can do this. Okay. Let's see what happens.
Oh God.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there with a lot of people, men telling me, older men, it happens. It's a part of life. Okay. When we get there, we'll work it out.
Let me say this to any of the guys out there that may be interested in talking to this MC.
No, she said devour. She said
Yeah,
I
I
will
know.
devour you.
Make sure one that when you come, you got all your tools.
Well,
And ain't nothing wrong with your back.
I have had women say about other men. They've had encounters with other men, and they looked like they could bring it, and they were like,
look here.
They were like, I mean, so disappointed,
man.
Because I mean, their body, it looked like it, everything was there, but when it happened, it was like, hurry the fuck up and get done.
And go
and
away.
So as a father teaching a young man, I let my son know it's not about just pound town. If there's things you have to do to get a woman ready, and it's mental, it's physical, it's touch, it's feel, and I don't think a lot of men have been taught how to allow a woman to reach a climax or an orgasm. Yeah. I've talked to many women that have never reached an orgasm, and up in their later years in life, they still have not had an orgasm. And so that's a problem when we have women that are sexually active not needing an orgasm. Right. So there are things that men need to know when they come to dealing with a woman. In the words of Magic, a lot of men are being devoured and not getting a second phone call because they don't know what it takes to allow a woman to reach that. Right. And it's up to a woman too to say, if you in the bed with a man and the stroke ain't right, hey, Playboy, your stroke is fucked up. Let's get that. Let's get on track. I'm not always that harsh, but I have had to be sometimes. But yeah, when you're in the bed, you gotta communicate. That's too rough. That's not rough enough. You gotta go this way. You gotta go slow it down, speed it up. You gotta communicate in bed also.
Well, that's true, and I'm gonna tell you some of the experiences I've had. I've asked women prior to engagement, that. Okay, what is it that you like? And you know what a lot of them will say? You should know that. How am I supposed to know that? Because all women are different.
Everybody's body is different.
Yes. They will say that. They will tell you that. You should know. Like a motherfucker's a mind reader.
But I will say this. A man needs to know the basics. You need to know the basics.
True.
Yeah. I'm talking about any man this has been my motto. Going in, my whole objective is to make sure I get you to where you need to be before I get to it.
Well, in the words of Johnny Taylor, he used to say, "I'ma kiss you where I miss you. I'ma squeeze you, girl, and tease you."
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, different strokes for different folks. You know, every woman I know I've had sex and got hyped up, anticipated, and you know, because looking at the exterior beauty, and then when you get there, it's almost
Yeah.
like having sex with a corpse. You know what I'm saying? They just laying there grunting, and I'm like, oh no, I can't do this.
But
I
it's mental.
work it
It's a
myself.
It is
mental
Yeah,
mental.
thing.
It's mental. You have to be someone. You got to be with someone that you're not only mentally but physically attracted. And I think for men, it is more mental at times than it is physical, because you can find somebody that's fine as hell, but then when you get with them, if it ain't mentally turning you on, it's a problem. And I don't know if that's uh, especially with this generation. I don't know if a lot of men are being with multiple women or watching too much porn or what it is, but sometimes women just ain't cutting it in that area if you're not turned on mentally.
Yeah.
So I think that both should speak what they expect and what they're looking for, and talk about that. But most people ain't talking about that, like you said. They expect you to know, and so I think as adults we should say, what my likes and my, what I'm looking for.
Oh, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
should instruction go be during the sexual act or
I think a
before?
little bit before and during.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
During,
I'm gonna
after.
talk to
Okay.
you.
All stages of the game, before, during, and after.
Yeah.
That was good, but if you did this, it'd be better.
So so would that hurt a man's feelings, Ramon? If she said that it was good, but it could be better, would it hurt the man's feelings?
I think most men ego would be damaged by that. You know, but I'm talking about you have to look at it realistically. If you go in not knowing what it takes to please a woman, you're just going in for your own selfish sexual gratification, and she brings that to your attention, why would you get upset? You know, you never went in to please her. So you sitting back sweating, and she's sitting back like, damn, okay, you got yours. What about me? Oh well, baby, you know I'm gonna have to get up and they put on their drawers and stuff. You know, I feel for any woman that a man does that too. You know, yeah, no, it wouldn't be no second rounds with me. No, you're not coming to dip in my pudding. You know, when you didn't come with your spoon, you know, you nothing. You just came up here dipping. No, no,
Yeah,
it
that's
ain't
not
happening.
gonna work. Uh-uh.
Yeah. So yeah, I think communication is very important. You know, and I ask women that, you know, what do you like, what turns you on, what you don't like. That way, because I may have an experience with you that she's not willing to have. So I don't want to embarrass myself, but because a lot of women don't know how to communicate their desires, they just
Is that
feel
older women or younger women? Because
That's
no.
every
just
woman.
women in general. That's just men
Okay.
and women in
Just in
general.
general. That's just
Yeah.
in general. I'm not going to say either or, you know, because I'm saying I've been with both, and I left with the dissatisfaction that what did I get out of this other than a nut? Because you know we didn't sweat, we didn't do anything. You know, you just laid there and moaned and groaned. You didn't do no twerking.
She didn't arch her back.
Oh, you
Why
oh
you?
you
Why
want
you?
her to be a doctor of twerking?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Why you didn't
Hey,
give instructions?
Uh-huh.
hey, just like Magic said, when you come in there, you supposed to know what to do. You know, so
You gotta know the basics. We can work on the rest, but you gotta know the basics. You gotta
you
know the
can't
basics.
just lay there. You can't lay there and just moan and groan. You know, I might as well go in the coroner's office and hit me a quart. You know, it's see the same. Yeah.
A
But you
lot
know
of
what?
times though too, a lot of times it probably has to do with let's not forget experience. So not every man is doing a whole bunch of sexual encounters, and there's a lot of women that don't have the experience either. So we could throw experience in there as a reason why a sexual encounter may not turn out great. And that's
But
okay.
That's
but are you willing to teach somebody that maybe has everything to go but just doesn't know as a woman?
if only if we are in a situation and we are together exclusively and working on us. That's the only way I'm going to advise, teach, suggest, or bear with a man. Outside of that, no, I'm not doing it. Mm-mm.
All right, all right, fellas, y'all heard it live and in memory from Magic. She's not doing it. She's
If
not.
we are dating exclusively and the bedroom situation is the only problem we have, we will work that out some type of way over time. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lay with you 5 or 6 years and you still can't get it right. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. But if we are dating exclusively and that's the only problem we have, I have enough patience to help work that out for us. I can do that. I can do that.
There you go, fellas. You heard
So
it.
marriage is gonna be before all that or after?
It depends on when he pop out that ring. If he ain't popped out a ring, I guess it don't matter.
So why can't you buy a ring? Why can't you buy a ring?
What? What? What did Ramon say?
What Ramon say?
I just threw something out there.
He
No,
said,
he
why
said,
could
why the
he,
woman
couldn't you
can't
can't
buy
buy
the
the
ring?
ring?
Why a woman can't buy? Man, that's just like seeing a woman propose to a man. I'm not doing that either. I'm not doing that either.
I didn't suggest that you do. I just asked the question.
Yeah, no. I'm doing that.
Ooh-wee. Yeah, that ain't
You are
happening.
marrying me. We are marrying one another. We are marrying each other. And it just so happens the laws of society say a man is to propose to a woman. With that proposal, if you don't have a ring and you're proposing, please let me know that first. Let me know. I really want to propose to you. I really want to marry you, but I can't afford to get a ring right now. Okay, that's fine.
Black
It's not a
men,
big
so
deal.
I'm gonna have to get you something out the bubblegum machine. So
I don't care about that. I don't care. I don't care. But I'm a traditional person in that aspect. I'm not going to propose to a man. I'm not going to buy my own ring. But if you can't afford to put something on my finger that signifies that you want me to be your woman, tell me that. I'm not going to say I'm not going to marry you because you can't afford to buy me something that you think I should have. Because who says I feel like I need to have something extravagant to put on my finger?
You know what? That's for the next podcast. That's a whole nother good podcast.
Yeah.
So you're willing to give him a loan, huh?
No, I'm not. I didn't say that. No, you got to go work for it.
Okay, we're gonna bring this to a close. You know, it's been a pleasure. You know, I enjoyed tonight the topic. I thank you, Miss Magic. I thank you, Brother Ramon. I thank you, Sister Alonda, you know, for all your support and all that you bring, your perspectives, you know, the joy, the entertainment, you know, the laughter. So, you know, I have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, go and sit out in this cold DMV. So,
okay.
Or we could go a little longer, but tomorrow, I think, are you off tomorrow, Alonda?
I am.
Who is that? Is he single?
That's Mike. That's Mike. Ramon.
Go ahead.
Are you off tomorrow?
I don't know yet. I haven't clocked out yet. I'm still still working now.
Let's try to do this and Magic. What I'm gonna try to do is bring 2-3 married couples on here and talk about the success of marriages.
Okay.
And you can be on because you were once married. I was too for 17 years. So and let's try to change this around a little bit and get the perspectives on what we have to do to have those balanced relationships where people are living in cohesiveness and in harmony together. So what do you think?
That's fine. Miss Alonda,
That sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good.
Oh, he's your husband?
Well, he's in the back room. He's just being shy today.
Well, I'm talking about tomorrow for the couples thing.
Yep.
What about
He'll be here.
Yeah, we'll be able to do it.
Okay. Okay,
It
with
just
that being,
depends on the time. I'll let you know when I get out of here tonight if I'm what time I'm out of
okay.
here. The show starts tomorrow, but
Yeah, if we have to start a little later, we will, you know, so I'll be in touch with all of y'all, you know, during the daytime to find out what your schedules are. And
now
then
give me what's the topic again? Because I didn't hear it.
the success of marriages.
Oh, success of marriages. Okay.
That's right up your alley.
Yeah, it's hard work
Yeah. So what
every day.
I need you all to disclose that to the people, because we had people, and I'm pretty sure when I check my messages in the morning on TikTok and Instagram, it's gonna be long. So, Miss Magic, would you like to say anything in closing, please?
Um, don't be afraid to date multiple people at one time. Figure out your options. Figure out what you want. It's okay.
Miss Alonda,
And I say date with a purpose.
okay, Brother Ramon,
I say know what you want and pursue it until you get what you want.
Okay.
with that being said, again, thank you all. Please be safe. God bless you. And until, tomorrow, we come together, I bid you adieu.
Good night, Miss
All
Alonda.
right.
Good night,
Have
Miss
a
Good
blessed one.
night. Good
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 night.
night, Magic, Alonda.
night.
Ramon.
Ramon.
Y'all have a blessed one.
And Ramon.
Too.
Good night.